Pilot Ryan here. In this video, you're going to see the 1500mm E-flite P-51 Mustang. Outboard wing panels, smart ESC, new receiver, telemetry out of the box without any additional modules. This is a game changer. All I had to do was upgrade my firmware to take full advantage of the onboard telemetry that comes with this beauty. We're going to also show you how I set up my DX9 for dual rates, Expo, the whole nine, as well as give you a tease on the telemetry. We're going to show you the screen. It's so easy to get to. We're going to show you real up close all the things available just out of the box. I can't believe it. Stick around on the channel. This is Pilot Ryan Media. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. We've flown this already. We've got unboxing, we got a shakedown flight and a flight review, as well as in the future we're going to deep dive into the telemetry further and really show you how cool that is. Links in the description, tech spec, ordering information. You can get at all the things that we use in this video, the smart batteries, the radio, and of course the aircraft available at horizonhobby.com. Thanks a lot. I'm your Pilot Ryan. Let's jump into this assembly. First step in the manual, slide in the horizontal stab. Now you have your control horn right here, so obviously you're not going to come in from the pilot's left. So we're going this way. I'm going to let you see. You can see the indentation right there.
Yeah, it has a good channel.
Oh my goodness. So it's got a perfect stop. Okay, well, that's easy. Takes 3 of these 40mm screws. Now this should be 2mm as well. Yep. Look how clever this is. One screw goes right there in the wheel well. Is that not just the coolest? Like a glove. So guys, these are long screws. You're going to have to go for a while. You think you missed, but you didn't. Because I promise you, you're lined up. If you hit that stop and if you look at the fillets along the fuse and everything, you'll know that you got it. But stick with it and eventually it'll get hard to turn. Those are solid. Those are tight. All right, tail is done. Next step. Now, I'm not going to hook this up to the ball link, but they say as the next step to go ahead and put this in. Now it's going to be the third one down from the top. 1, 2, 3. Z-bend. I'm just going to let it hang because until I bind the plane, I'm not going to connect it to the ball link. It's time for installing the wing. Now this isn't going to give you the full breadth of it because it's a tight shot, but here's where the rubber meets the road, right? Here's our pins and our servo connections. And here's where they go on the fuselage, right here under the scoop. And the book shows an angle for this. So we're going to go in at an angle, just like they say. Establish a visual. Kind of hold it up. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Feels good, sounds good. And press it in. Right as rain, first try. Holy moly. Now this takes 4 40mm screws to put in as well. 2mm hex. Let's do it. Look how tight these gear doors are, guys. Straight from the factory. I mean, this is just neat. You can get in at all this stuff to access your retracts if you need to work on them. These are suspension retracts. Can't wait to see them. And this screws in a brass threaded inserts. All right, guys, 4 wing screws gets it done. We had all 3, you know, I got ahead of myself and I got 3 of them torqued down pretty good and then I couldn't get my last one. So my recommendation is to get all 4 started. You might have to do, I mean, this is such a nice fit with not very much in the way of tolerances. You might have to work a minute to get them all started, but once they're started, you're golden. Yep. That's it. We had to pry and push a little, and we got that last one to sync. Now we're tightening them all up. No worries. All right, next step, Broseph. Check it out. That concludes the build on our clipped wing Mustang. Ha! Just kidding. Now this is slick. Look at that, Vanna Bobby. Now that's gonna fit in there. All right, Bobby, do the honors.
All right.
Line it up. Wiggle if you got to. Are they all lined up? Yeah.
Yeah. Tight fit.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
Holy smokes. Once they pop, they just pop, and look how...
You can't even tell.
No.
Holy smokes. So look how easy this is to go together. It pins here. You got these little clickers, servo wire for your aileron that must handle your lights as well. You know what I mean? And then the spar's already in. Look at this. Line it up. Get your hand on the other side of the fuse. Oh my goodness. Or the 50 cals. What a beautiful, oh my word. That is amazing. It looks just like a panel line. You can replace these parts now without having to buy the whole middle wing and stuff. Holy smokes, man. So there's our spinner, and the one random screw is going to go down the end of this into the barrel, into the shaft head. Bobby's already got a couple blades on. You can see it's the nylon keeper nuts, and then these metric 2mm bolts. Once again, they're in a bag separately. Bobby, go ahead and finish that last couple blades off.
Alrighty. So when I do this, I like to just drop the bolt or locking bolt right in there. Then I just put my finger over it, so when I flip it over to the other side, I'm holding it. Put this bad boy right onto there like this. And then you can drop your screw in. And then just simply get grabbed. And
there you go.
Bada boom, bada bing.
So check it out. We finally got our prop assembly all put together. Easy peasy. Bobby shows you how he likes to hold one of those nylon locking nuts right there. And then go ahead and get it driven. Don't go over tight. We're going to see what this looks like on here right now. But we are not going to put it on all the way because we have still to set up system checks. So we're going to do all that stuff. It's called out in the manual. Be smart. Save your propeller for last. Once you know everything is good to go. Can you see these inspection plates right here? I mean, is this not just the coolest thing? I do have to... Oh, it's big too. Like scale size. Look at that. We're just going to mock it up right now. We're not going to leave it on here because I can't stand myself. I got to see this. And you know what? We're familiar with 6S power systems. A lot of upgraded 6S power systems are talking about like 360 kV. This is 460 kV. Oh my gosh. Oh my snug.
Yeah, fit and finish is gorgeous.
I can't help it. Can't help it. Just so we can back up and look at its beauty for a second before we get the wheels down and everything. That's just barely. Oh, look how massive. I mean, it's time to be setting up the radio, for goodness sakes. We're here. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Can you get a load of this? Oh, my word. Look at that. He can't wait, dude. We're going to get this baby up as soon as possible. Actually, if you're watching this build assembly right now, we already have flight video of this. Oh, stick around to the channel to see this baby up in the air. We're going to finish it off. Boom. And we're going to set up a brand new channel. Right now I'm on the SU-30, as one would expect. What a nice model. System setup. Yep, let's go. Model select. We're just going to go brand new one. Let's go right here, number 8. Acro. Model type. Aircraft. Alright, reset it. Start from a blank one. Model name. Right there. It's a star. My fleet right now. Warbird fleet. P-51, baby. Aircraft type. Now, that's easy. It's going to be one aileron, one flap. These always are. Yep, one aileron, one flap. We're going to go back to the menu. Now we got to get to flaps. And keep in mind, update your firmware on your radio so you're ready to go. Flap system. This is the next step. And I'm setting up a DX9. I'm going to put it on my D switch. And I'm setting it up by the book right now. So position 0. Once 100% positive. We'll get there eventually. And in scene. Position 1. 20%. This is just what the book tells you. That's what I'm doing. Position 2. Now this is where you gotta be careful. It says a negative. Now, of course, when you get this negative, when you get this plugged in and everything, make sure what you're seeing when you cycle through the functions makes sense. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't make sense, then you need to do something different. Every now and then, I've seen a numerical value say positive when it should have been negative and so on. It happens every now and then. 2 seconds. 2 seconds by the book. Dude, we're done. Double check it. Yep, looks good. Now we're going to go back. Perfect. For now, timer set to 5 minutes is going to be good. That'll be active throttle time. Now, the rates. There's always a couple different pages where they'll call these out in the book. So the screen, the page I was just on is this one. High 100%, low 70%. Servo travel needs to be at 100%, and that's what it's going to be if you start from a new screen like you're supposed to. Now, some of you guys are going to like millimeters better. There's the millimeters right there. If you want that, that's on the first page of the manual, page 3. And then here's your expo. And I've been noticing this a lot. Also, one thing interesting to note is the 3mm down elevator trim neutral setting. So we'll see what that's all about when we get to that. Now, here's the expo call out. So again, 100% throw on high rate, 70% throw on low, and then here's your expo call out. So we'll go ahead and set up dual rates right now as well. Show you that. All right, dual rate. Now I like mine being on the H switch. So there it is. And to me is 100%. That's what I like. H. And then 100%. That's what I'm going for. So on the 100% full rate, they want 10%. And then my low rate, they want 5 for expo. And then 70% for the throw on low rate. And I'll show you what these look like on the plane once we're live. So that's ailerons. Now I'll move to the next one, elevator. Go ahead and put it on H2. Keep it simple. That's what I do. So high rate, 100% throw. I know that's good. And it's 10% all the way around. I tell you what, I like following these books as a point of reference. It's not the golden rule, but we can all talk to each other and give good advice when we follow the book call outs. We have a platform to step from. So this is my low rate. So once again, 70%. This is just super easy to deal with these radios. There we go. My high rate's 100 with 10%. Low rate, perfect. Excuse me. There we go. Rudder. Again, get the switch correct. We want H. Rah rah sis boom bah. High rate. Once again, 10%. You see how I'm going here. We're going to go to low rate. And while we're on this, we'll go ahead and put it on 70. Five. High rate's 100%. We're going to just verify everything's good. We're good to go. Now we just simply exit back to the main menu and we are set up by the book. All right, we're gonna bind this baby up. So now this is a little bit different because it's a different ESC. So what they say is plug it in. It's got a different kind of song. And then that button's, where's that button, Bobby? It's on the back?
Yep, right on the back of the receiver there.
Push it, and then you're gonna get the orange flashing lights. And then what we're gonna do is the old push the button and turn the transmitter on, but we're gonna do it a little further away from the plane. There we go. Bind complete, all is well. We've got elevator servo, rudder, ailerons, and my flaps were down. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm backing this up because, I mean, they have done the work. Look how, I tell you what, I've never had a Mustang I didn't have to fiddle with this stuff. Look at this. Okay. This is just unreal. Now, if you didn't think that was cool enough,
don't forget the little guy in the back.
Don't forget the little guy in the back. One more time. My word. Look at that! Air comes in there. Air comes in there. Bobby, check it out. Yep. The stacks are open too, guys.
Yep, and the vents up here.
And the vents, of course. Look at that. You're seeing the light through our vents right there. And then the stacks. Get out of town.
Absolutely.
This is gonna have no problem breathing, you guys.
Unbelievable.
It is. And it's gonna talk to you. You've got telemetry capabilities because of this smart ESC on here, which is super exciting. All right, we're gonna set up the elevator at just a dead level neutral. It's on there. It's good. That's plenty of rate. That's full rate. That is gobs of plenty. 70%, you know, and a warbird may be just fine. See the angle on the bottom of the pylon. So that's going to accommodate the dihedral and make it straight. So this one goes on the other side. This one's got the angle.
Oh. It says in there.
Yeah, it's labeled too, by the way. Right. See the R? This is the pilot's right. And this is what we discovered as well from our studies. This is going to keep it hanging straight, which is what you want. So it's as simple as that. It's just going to slide in here and then back. We'll go ahead and do that now. Oh my word, man. This looks so nice. Give me a push from the front on the pylon. You need to be pushing on this plastic bit, not these little scale details. Because, I mean, you push on this to install it, you can't be surprised if you break it. But what's really nice is that there's not paint on these areas. Usually it's when there's paint on these areas and where they are received is when you have trouble. But since there is no paint, it's not been a problem. So here we are. We're all bound up, all that good stuff. We are going to install the propeller assembly. Hex base shaft, hex base prop, spinner plate. Sometimes I worry on these that there's not going to be air to the motor and ESC, but that's not a problem on this one because we know we've got it. And we're going to put a little wrench on it. Sometimes I like to use channel locks so you guys can yell at me. Whatever it takes. This just goes in amazing.
It's the fit and finishes.
And then here's our last little screw. Same deal, 2mm hex. And it's the shortest one in the bunch, aside from the propeller blades itself. This thing's gonna roll out so nice. Bearings on the tires, I mean, just slick. All right, so don't over tighten it, but it's snug. Man, hold this plane. You ready?
The electronics are...
Hold it good.
Oh yeah, I got you.
What do you think? Let me try
How much
this.
was that?
That was not even half.
Oh, dude, this thing's gonna haul.
This was not even half. Let me see you do half. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, this thing is gonna be ridiculous. That's only half.
Yeah, that's sick. All right, so what I want to do now is we're going to pull this battery out and wrap it up on the battery tray and show you guys CG with the 5000. Actually, what else we're also going to do is the telemetry deal. You have that? Awesome. So we'll be able to go to the telemetry screen on the radio here in a minute.
Always fly safe.
Always fly safe. So here's, I mean, according to the book, you can just center up a 5000 right here, yours truly style. What's kind of nice sometimes too is to go ahead and get your buckle down lower on the back side. That way your slack's up here and down the side, not hanging over in the way of the tray. So you see what I've done here. I've got my buckle down here and I'm able to get it nice and tight, and then the slack's out of the way. So when I slide it in, which I'll show you, it won't be a worry. And then we can show you the telemetry and also a little bit of CG. First we'll do the CG because I don't want to plug it in for that. So from my point of view, I can see carbon fiber going all the way through this thing, all the way through both sides. We've got our smart ESC, and then that is where our tray slides in. We've got our battery dealt with. It's here, it's looking good. I've got my buckles over to the side. That way the slack is not in the way, obstructing the path of the sliding mechanism. So we're gonna CG this baby. Boy, that fits nice. And then it clicks in positively. Canopy hatch me, my friend. You guys are going to want to know what bigger batteries fit in here, so we'll check that out too. But you may have to wait and see that one out at the field. All right, guys, we got the battery in there all the way. CG's 124 to 137 from the leading edge right here. And that basically is going to put it, I mean, you're just barely behind the seam of the cockpit. There's a rivet actually right there. 124 to 137. So that means I've got 6 and 7, 13 more to go, which puts me this little rivet and this little rivet is basically the range. The aft end would be, I would say, this panel line right here. So when you're flipping it over, you know, that's a good point of reference. Oh, it's in there like swimwear, dude.
Right on the money.
It's in there like swimwear. Where's my fingers? You see them?
Yep.
I mean, I am near the aft end, but right on the money. 5000's in here, CG'd pretty good near the aft end of the range. There's room on that tray, though, to move that battery forward quite a bit. So if you didn't put the battery all the way squared up on that tray like we did, you could have it hanging off the front a little bit, get a little bit more nose heavy. Vice versa, You can work them back that way too if you've got bigger packs. We're going to go with the 5000. I may inch it up a hair more, but still stay within my 2 straps and be good to go. So let's see, radio on as if we're going to fly. I like this smart stuff, man. There we go, 5.6. Okay, now let's show you the smart telemetry. All I had to do was update the firmware on my DX9 from the main, like we're already bound up, the airplane is live, propeller is off. We simply just scroll to the right and we start accessing this telemetry screens that are available out of the box with no additional modules. So just one time over, and now I've got my monitor. I can see my servos working, flaps, just the range, everything you would need to know about that. One more click and I've got my flight log, which tells me my receiver voltage. It's talking about minutes, and it looks like also what my timer is set to. There's more it can do. And then I've got the minimum and maximum on my voltage, temperatures, receiver voltage. This is good. You can check this on the fly. This is all real time. So watch the RPMs at the top. It registers, guys, and your voltage does as well. You can set alarms and warnings for parameters on volts and temperatures, all kinds of things if you'd like. But this is just what's available as a way to monitor right off the main screen. So again, I'm going to see RPMs, voltage, motor amps output, those kinds of things, throttle percentages, temperatures. I mean, come on. So cool. Battery info. Just the current, you know, the amps will move a little bit on that one, but I'm not loaded up with a prop either. But I think this is one of my favorites right here, is here's the cells. The health of the cells right there. So I don't have to really fully rely on a timer anymore. I can look down and see what's up. And then overall voltage and temperature, just a basic kind of coverall right there. So that's all the way to the right on the main screen for what I'd say home page for flying, so to say. So now I'm just scroll left and I'm back. Now, if you want to set parameters, you go into the telemetry screen and you can set warnings and such, alarms. So on one of my flights, I didn't have this set yet. It was this one right here, smart battery. My minimum voltage was set at 4.1. Well, that's gonna alarm awfully early. So it did, and I actually landed the aircraft. You can set it all the way down to 3.3, which is pretty cool because you know your batteries are gonna sag a little bit. But if you wanna err on the side of caution, you can jack it up. And I'm gonna go for 3.5 and just see what that gets me. Although I'm completely confident I'd be fine at 3.3. But I'm curious at 3.5 what I end up with on my cells, what's left. And then you get to choose the type of alarm you want. Do you want a tone and a vibe, like a vibration? Or do you want just a vibration or just a tone? Or do you want it off altogether? So inhibit. It's just really cool, guys, what this can do. So that's just scratching the surface. I'm gonna go with the vibe. And then here you are. Again, this is the telemetry menu where you can set parameters on warnings and alarms and such. I could see receiver voltage being something I'd want to set. It's at 4.3. That's good for me. Warning report. You can set your intervals too. I'm confident though. So, and this right now is, the alarm is going to vibrate if my receiver voltage gets at 4.3. I'm good with that. My goodness, it's just so cool. And then there's other options as well, but there we go. Voltage minimums. You can set it all. You can also tell it what kind of LiPo it is. You know, if it's what cell rating you have. So it's a 6S, so that's what I'm doing. Very cool. But really, overall, the fact that I can just scroll through off the what I'd call main screen is just dynamite. real-time telemetry with no additional modules. I like it. Bobby, get off the phone, man. You can't tell anybody. This is top secret. Hey, if you enjoy the first look at this, man, stick around the channel. Subscribe, smash the bell. Pilot Ryan Media. Got Bobby K. We both fly. We both film each other. And we both love this hobby so much. We're honored to have one of the first P-51 Mustangs from E-flite right now. This is 1500 millimeters, 6-cell power. Onboard telemetry with no modules with that smart ESC.
Yes.
We've got our smart 5000. We can rebuild him. I mean, the tech is amazing. Check out this assembly build. Those outboard panels I think are just neat. You know you can get parts to keep this thing running, and 8 screws got it done. Retractable tail wheel. What more could you ask for? Finally, a fast Mustang. We've had some Mustangs. They're all right. But a fast one, I'm pumped.
Yep. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And this one is really dripping with all the innovations you would expect to see in 2020 in the modeling arena. You know, so this isn't some rehash. This isn't some re-release. This is new and very, very exciting. Stick around the channel. We're going to both run it through its paces and have so much fun with this. And really, check out our other videos on this plane because we're going to deep dive into some of the telemetry options, show you how to do that and surf around and set alarms and things like that. And also, I thought it was really cool that a lot of that stuff has its own defaults. Yes. So you just have to decide whether or not you want alerted to it reaching, you know, the ends of its parameters and things like that. Very cool. I could go on and on, but I won't. Watch the flight videos. We'll see ya. Stick around, Pilot Ryan Media. Subscribe. Smash the bell. Links in the description for tech, specs, and ordering information on all the stuff we're using here. The plane, the batteries, the radio, the socks Bobby's wearing. Links everywhere. All right, guys. Thanks so much. See ya.